Hello everyone, I'm Retroverse, and you've never seen me before. No, we had some tech difficulties and ultimately decided to restart the run. So we're going to pick it up from the beginning, and yeah, we're just going to try and race through. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get the countdown going. So 3, 2, 1, go! Alright everyone, so here we are, back at 1-1. There are some jumps we need to do, don't screw them up, and we get through the stage. Didn't quite get the jump there either. So, there's, like I said earlier, there's not a whole lot going on this stage. That one jump right there at the pillar, if we jump and we arc over it completely, that's like the perfect jump, but it's a really tight window. It's the classic, first level reset point. So, other than that, there's not too many things that can go wrong. And we'll do the same thing here in 1-2. Actually, something I can point out, something I didn't point out last time, is coming up right after this section. So right here on these platforms, right here. We didn't get it. So you can actually in this game, there's a small trick where if Mario is within a pixel of a platform that he technically would be able to jump on, even if you're falling, well, not if you're falling, but if you're going up, you can jump again. It's called a bun jump. So technically we aren't landed on the platform in order to jump again, but because we're close enough to where Mario would be when he did land, we can do another jump. So if that makes sense, there you go, factoids. But basically Mario Land 1, similar to Mario Land 2 and Mario Bros 2, or Mario Bros USA, however you see it, these are very much Super Mario, not Mario games. There's a lot of, unusual physics or something unique about it that doesn't feel too much like a regular Mario game, I would say, like Mario and Mario Lost Levels. This one, the physics are very strange. There's a lot of instances where you feel like you should have control over what Mario's doing, and you really don't. So this game can be a little challenging to get through, and as some of you might remember from having played it on your Game Boys, it's a pretty tough game, to be honest. And Mario Land 2, on the other hand, doesn't feel too awkward, and the game is relatively easy for the most part, other than, Wario's Castle, but it also had some, quirkiness to it, and, the carrot, and the wing hat, and, well, I suppose we saw the wing hat again, but just some of the mechanics in that game that weren't seen again that were actually pretty cool. Unfortunately for Mario Land, I wouldn't say pretty cool. I would just say mechanics you haven't seen before and probably won't again. But the game itself, I still really like this game. I think it's fun. It's memorable. It was a launch title for the Game Boy, so if you had one back then, you probably had Super Mario Land. And we're almost back to where we were. So 2-1, as you can see, when I got killed there. The level is a little challenging, but it actually looks really good when you do it correctly. There's a lot of really tight jumps and the fish hopping where I bounce off the fish from back to back to back. However, that also, when things look cool, that also means usually that things can go very wrong. So 2-1 is definitely a run killer, a lot, especially in the beginning. But once you get more and more comfortable playing the game, it becomes, relatively easy. So it's like we said for anything, but 2-1 in particular is going to be a run killer. Even now, like even at the top 10, top 5 level that I'm playing at, there's still plenty of runs get thrown away in 2-1. But I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to the host and ask if he has any blurbs or donations to read, to go ahead and do those.
So we do. We have a donation from Quo. It's a $10 donation with the comment, "Voice so smooth, we didn't have enough people to keep track of everything." Thank you, Quo.
Thank you, Quo. That's awesome. Okay, so this is one of the shmup stages in Mario Land. There are two. And you'll see in the next game in Felix, there's also a shmup stage as well. So kind of a reoccurring theme in the games I play. But there's actually a glitch in the 1.0 version of this game, which is the launch title version of this game. If you had a reprint version, it doesn't have this glitch. I'll go ahead and demonstrate it in a moment, maybe against my better judgment, because anytime I try to demonstrate it, I tend to get hit. But if you're pushed off the screen and you hold back, you actually screen wrap, like I just did there. Normally, you know, in a shmup, you would get killed there. However, that is something that was patched out later. However, we can use that on this boss coming up. Now, I'm going to go for it, but often I'm going to mistime it, and I'm going to get hit by the boss. But we'll see what we can do here. Yo, we did it! We did not do it. In fact, we got killed. So, I'm going to go ahead and take this safe, and we'll wait out the boss. And we'll just go on the switch. So, perfect trick. Perfect demonstration. I'm glad you all got to see that. No, so what'll happen if it's done correctly is when you screen wrap there, if you do a very precise setup, and it's really tight inputs too, but if you get a really precise setup, you'll actually screen wrap and you go back forward. Like right when the clock hits 69. Nice. And Mario will hit the switch before the boss or the switch is even drawn on the screen, so it just ends the level, and it looks really bizarre, but you can still hear the audio going, which is really your only indicator that you got it, but it just kind of looks like the screen freezes for a moment, and then you start the, oh, Daisy scene, which it's all messed up because the level isn't scrolled all the way, but anyway, it's a pretty neat trick. When I started playing this game, I was playing on emulator, but I've recently moved to, moved to hardware, and since then I just, like on the controller, I just have a bit more trouble getting the trick, but regardless, it's one of those cool tricks that was discovered since its last big marathon preview. It's one of the tricks that have been discovered, so anyway, I'd like to show it off. I would have liked to have shown it off for you all, but we got a sweet one where we screen wrapped to no benefit, but hey, I got to show it off. Alright, so you just saw 3-1. We tried to do the second rock skip, but unfortunately got hit. Probably should have talked about 3-1 on 3-1. Anyway, if you don't get hit by the second rock when I did that jump, you can actually just iframe over the spikes. However, we're on to 3-2. So 3-2 features the bitrate waterfalls, as you can see in the background. They function similar to the Mega Man bitrate waterfalls, where they make your stream look like crap. Let's try to get this right. Okay, so we'll play it safe through here. This is one of those stages, as a casual player, that you probably game overed in several times before you finally got through it. So we're going to do a spike skip here. And we are at the big bitrate waterfall, and we are through 3-2. So now on 3-3. This stage has, at the very beginning, has a bunch of platform skips that are pretty tough to get. It's probably the hardest trick to learn as a new player. It goes just like that. It goes just like that. It goes just like... No, alright. Okay, I'm just not going to go for him. I'm wasting too many lives. Okay, so unfortunately, you have to get a pretty good setup to get these going. I'm going to go ahead and skip it because I just burned through a bunch of lives trying to get him. But anyway, you can actually skip through those platforms without waiting on any of them. This one's relatively easier. Nope, it's not actually. Okay, so we're going to be playing super safe here. It's a Kaizo block here. Don't know why, but they decided to include a Kaizo block in Mario Land 1. There you go, folks. Okay, so now that that's over with, we're going to go ahead to the last boss, or the 3-3, the third world boss here. Let's try not to screw it up. Excellent. Okay, woo! I was sweating it there for a second. So at the beginning, it's actually really hard to get those jumps. I will not actually run when I start the level because those jumps are so tight, but if you jump across those little columns... Yeah, I hear you, Timrod, but if you land on those jump across the columns and land on the moving platforms at a very precise, spot, you can end up jumping across them without having to stop, and that's both sets of moving platforms. Come on, lives. I'm actually going to wait. Okay. Thanks, ladder. So, ideally what we want to see as rewards on in this game are X1, and then Fire Flower, and then Fire Flower with no ladders, because the ladders they just eat more time on animation. So, the reason why is because ideally you'd be coming into this stage as Big Mario, and the animation for Big Mario turning into Fire Mario is actually quicker than getting X1, but at the very top level of speedrunning this game, those bonuses will actually dictate what spot you're going to get, because you can lose those top spots based on those fractions of a second that you're losing. I don't know why I stopped. Oh well. Based on those fractions of a second you're losing by not getting the bonus that you wanted. But in particular, on the going into the fourth world, the reason why you want Fire Mario is there's actually a strat coming up on this next stage that if you have it, you can. There's an even faster strat than what I'm going to go for, but it's really precise, and you also need to get, like I said, perfect RNG basically on the boss bonuses, because when you're speedrunning this, you're not gonna wait for the perfect reward on the boss or anything. You're just holding A and hoping that you get what you want, which seems kind of it seems like you would wish there was a better way to do it, but unfortunately there just isn't. Like, that is the fastest way you're gonna get through it. So at the point where the current world record holder, who just said it about a month ago, 8. I'm gonna play this one safe. So 8. At the point that he's playing at, he can't really afford to wait, to try and get the bonus he wants. He has to get that bonus on that first available opportunity, and that's what he does. Okay, so we're just doing a casual playthrough here. Thankfully, we do have 100,000 points. That means we do get a continue. We have earned our continue at this point. I'm gonna do a quick safety actually and go up here. Hopefully, I'm still underestimate. Not my best run, but anyway, this game can be pretty brutal. Sitting on 0 lives is really nerve-wracking though. Alright, we'll take it. Okay. So here we are in the final stage. If there are any more donations or anything that need to be read, please do so now.
Doesn't look like we have much of anything, so just keep it up.
Cool. Thank you. And everyone, we're donating to Save the Children. It's an awesome charity organization. If you have some money to donate, please encourage you to do so. And all of us over here would appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so there's actually a superstar coming up here, but I'm not going to pick it up because something I never mention in this game when I'm running it is that when you pick up a superstar, there's a chance that when it ends and the music returns from the superstar music to the regular game music, that the game will lock up, and that's it. It's just a hard lock and it's a reset. I don't mention it during runs because it's terrifying, but you can lose a good run. In fact, way back when Darbian was running this game, he lost a PB to one on 4-2, the previous level, and that was it. And yeah, that really stinks when that happens, so that's the reason I don't get the superstar on this stage. And whoop, look at that. We saved so much time on this auto-scroller. Anyway, so there's actually also another trick you can do. You can actually partial screen wrap to where you're sitting right outside of the level, and you can hide there. I've never really tried it, and I've never really felt it was necessary, so I don't do it, but it definitely looks cool. Alright, so here we are in the last boss. Time will be when everything freezes. So coming up. Oh my gosh, I didn't kill him. I totally botched that. Not time, not time. So anyway, we'll do a one more try here. Come on. Time. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry I made it overestimate. I'm sorry. That was a rough run. Alright, everyone. So that was Super Mario Land. I hope you enjoyed it. That was not a great run, but hopefully you still enjoyed that. I'll be right back with Felix the Cat here shortly. So hang tight, and I'll see you soon.
What's up, everyone? It's your boy Dale Duck back at it again. It was a pretty epic Super Mario run. That was a Super Mario game I've not actually heard of before, so to see it run with that much speed was quite the epic gamer moment, if I do say so myself. I would like to remind everyone again that we are raising money for Save the Children, which is a very good cause. If you have any money to spare, we definitely encourage you to donate. Even just $1 is enough to help a lot of children around the world, so be sure to get that money in. Next up is Felix the Cat, followed by Dynasty Warriors 5, which is a very hype lineup, if I do say so myself. Can I get some Nandos in the chat, if y'all agree? Let's hype this man up with some Nandos. Guess I'm the only one. Yo, Quo, what's up with the Nando? The pleb Nandos. Not even subscribed, can you imagine? Nah. But do donate to Save the Children. Don't really have anything else. We are a little bit behind, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it back over to Retroverse here, and we'll get started.